Hi, thanks for stopping by. So in today's video, I am going to be introducing my newest budgie, Skye, to my current flock. Skye, say hello. So I introduced Skye in one of my previous videos called Meet All My Pets. If you're new to my channel or you haven't seen that video yet, I'm going to put the link down below in the description. You can go check it out and see all of my pets, and Skye was in there. And I did make a promise that I'll make a separate video introducing Skye. So I've had Skye for about 11 weeks now. I didn't find her. I actually bought her from a pet store. I wasn't really looking for another budgie at the time, but when I looked at the budgies, something just clicked with her. And I seen her. She wasn't afraid of me. All the other budgies, they moved away. They flew away, and she's just sitting there chatting away, staring at me. And I thought about her all night long. So the next day, my husband went and got her for me. So I've had her for 11 weeks now. I've had her in quarantine. So that's one of the most important steps when you get a new bird, any bird. You want to quarantine that bird because you don't want to bring an illness into your current flock. So quarantine is like 6 weeks, 8 weeks is really good. I've done it for 11 weeks, and the reason being because I had renovations in my house, and I've had baby birds in my bird room, and I didn't want to disturb the parents with a new bird because they might stop feeding their babies. So I waited and waited, and my renovations are over and everything's okay. So I chose today to be the day where I introduce her to my current flock, and everything's fine. She's healthy, her droppings are normal, she's eating, she's playing, she's drinking. She got her fecal sample tested negative for parasites. So you want to do that when you get a new bird. Bring your bird to the vet, especially check the feces. You don't want parasites coming in to your home with your current bird. So maybe I'll make a separate video on quarantine because there's a lot that goes into that. But today for Skye, she's going to go meet my birds. So I wanted to show you how I introduce a new budgie to my current budgies and my flock, because I have more than budgies in my bird room. So it's a process. You don't just get a new bird and grab him and stick him in your bird's cage. That would be horrible. So I want to show you how I do it step by step. So you ready, Skye? You just sing out the storm. Alright, so I'm going to bring her upstairs and I'm going to show you how I introduce a new bird to my current flock. Alright, so let's get started. So what I like to do is let the budgies meet each other through the cage. I put all my birds inside their cages because you don't want the new bird to be overwhelmed by all these birds flying over its head and all over the place. So I have to get the bird used to my bird room and all the sounds and the activities. And then I'll let her out when she's comfortable. So I'm going to put her cage right there on that little table. Hi, Skye. Yeah. Welcome to my bird room, or your bird room. Hey, yeah, you're going to be in here. Look at all your friends. Yay, there you go. So I'll let them look at each other through the cage. Give it some time. Budgies adjust like very, very fast, so might just let her sit here for a few hours and then let her out and see what she does and see what the other budgies do. I also want to mention what I do with my window, because it's such a large window the birds might go right for it. So what I do is I close my curtains halfway and I open up my glass door, which I've already done, and that's the screen door. So if they go for the window, that's the screen, they won't get hurt. So I always do that because my birds have to get used to the window being there so they won't hit it. So she's safe now. Even if she tries, she won't hurt herself. So it's best if you let a new bird out to close your curtains, close your blinds, just so they don't go right for the open window. Okay, so it's the next day. Skye didn't want to come out of her cage, so I just let her be, and I'm just going to try to see if she'll come out of her cage today. Sorry, that was really tight. There we go. Maybe she'll come out. So I'm not going to film the whole thing because she might not come out for a couple hours. So hopefully I can catch it on camera when she comes out, and we'll see what she does. Now, if Skye doesn't come out like within half an hour, even an hour, maybe sooner, I'm just going to close the door and try again later, or try again another day. Because if she's not comfortable to come out, I'm not going to force her to come out. So I always let them do it on their own time when they're comfortable. I don't force them. I don't chase them out of the cage or anything like that. Just when they're ready, they're ready. Alright, good news. So Skye came out of her cage. So I wasn't able to film her coming out of the cage because I would have had to have the camera running for 2 hours, and you know, it would turn off and the memory would run out. So I came in and she's out. And she can fly pretty good even though her wings are clipped, but they are, I can see they're growing in. And she's not tame. I never did tame her. I tried a few times, but she wasn't hand fed or anything like that. So she won't step up, but she really does love sitting next to me and me talking to her. She's just afraid of hands, so I'm not going to force the issue. She can just be a budgie and have fun in my bird room. Oh look, she's going to fly. Let's see. Now I'm not sure if she flew around a few times, but I've seen her fly up there. Oh, there she goes. Can't see her, but she's on top of my canary cage. So she flew pretty good there. At least she's not crashed into the floor, which I was really worried about. Because when their wings are clipped, they can fall. Oh, there she goes. There. Let me just back the camera up so you can actually see her flying maybe. Look at you. Pretty girl. You checking out the canaries? Aren't they cute? So there she is on top of the canary cage. Oh, she sees the canary flying. I wanted to go see my budgies, but she's more interested in looking at everything else first. That's why I like to let them out first so they can explore on their own without being like, you know, bothered by other birds flying around. And you know, when I meet her, she has to know the room first. There she goes again. Oh, she came back. Hi. All right, so I'm gonna wait and see if she goes to the budgie's cage. Alright, she's on the other side of the room now. She's looking down at my budgies. My budgies, my other budgies are just quiet. They're not even saying anything. They're probably like, who's that? Another budgie again? Who's that? Yeah, and then they have to meet Jack Sparrow, the budgie that I found. In my previous video, I found another budgie. Still haven't found the home or the owners for that one. So it looks like I might have 9 budgies instead of 8. So I'm going to have like a budgie family in here. But he's in quarantine right now. And when he's ready, if I still have him, he will come and join my flock. And I'll do the same thing for him. You know, budgies are so much happier when they get to fly around. Fly around and land on different things and play and sing. Instead of sitting in a cage all day. Okay, so I'm going to wait like maybe half an hour, and then I'm going to let my other budgies out and see what happens. I'll see how she does. I might wait till tomorrow because she does have to find how to get back into her cage, and that's the hardest part. At first, the very first time you let your bird out, your budgie, especially a flighted one, is to get them back into their cage. And usually you leave it in the same spot and they find where it is and hopefully they go in. But they might never go in. So I'll have to see how that goes. Alright, so it's been a few hours and I've decided that I'm going to let my other budgies out. Only my budgies, not my other birds. And I bet that Splash and Sterling will be the first birds to go up there and see. Because they're usually the first ones out of the cage anyway. So I'm going to open the door and see what happens. Alright. Do you want to meet your friend, your new friend? Who's going to be out first? See, that's Splash. There goes Splash. So Splash is on the other side of the room. Oh, there he comes. He's coming closer. Let's see if I can get him. There he is. I bet you he's going to be the first to go say hello. No, they'll meet in time. I bet you within an hour they're all going to be friends. But what I do is I don't keep the new budgie in with my current budgies yet. They can all come out to play, but I put them back in the original cages because I don't want to just, you know, stick her in there all of a sudden in one day. This way they get to know each other And then once I feel comfortable that it's safe to leave her in with them, then I will. But not today, not on the first day. You never know, right? They like each other, they might just hate each other, and there might be a fight, or they're gonna fight over her. So always take it really, really slow when you're introducing your new birds to your birds that you have already. Now look, how long is this gonna take? I might have to time lapse it. He's looking. Oh, there we go. Why am I whispering? I don't know. Oh, they look pretty together. Look at that. Nice. So they're looking at each other. They're probably talking. They're saying something. Probably like, hello, who are you? What's your name? They both have S names. That's Splash and Skye. Oh, look. Well, Splash loves everybody. He's always the first to greet. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, he's popping her on the beak. Oh, Sterling's out. He's going to join in. Any second now. He's behind me. There he goes. Oh, he went back to his cage. So Skye is following Splash. So cute. Look how cute that is. I think he wants to feed her. She's just standing there. Has no idea what to do. Oh my gosh. You playing hide to get? They're adorable. None of the other budgies are coming out. Oh, so she's following them. Where's everybody else? How come you guys aren't coming out? Come on out, meet your new friend. Oh, she's following him. I think they like each other. Well, there you go. So these two like each other. So I'm going to see if the other ones will come out and show you what they do. So look at Skye. She's going to the cage. Well, I think she's going to go in there, and that's Splash, the one she already met. Look how small she is compared to Splash. Well, Splash is half English Budgie, so he's bigger. She's going to go in there. We'll see what happens. Okay, she went in when I was out of the room. So they're all just sitting there. Come on, they act like she's always been there. Oh. She's next to her first friend that she met. I'm sure they'll be okay. All of them will be okay. So my Budgie's got a little bit more active. Skye's still in the cage, but a few of them came out, which are up there. I wonder if she's gonna come out. But yeah, because it's around 4:30 and that's when they nap. So it's probably why they're all just kind of quiet and just sitting there. Now they're waking up. Look how active they are now. And up here as well. Okay, so the Budgies, they played for a little while, and guess what? She went into her cage by herself. So I'm glad she went in because I don't want to put her in that cage overnight. It's getting late now. And I'm just going to shut the door. And tomorrow I'll let her out again, and I might let a few of my other birds out, which I know they won't bother her. But she's going to meet everybody and eventually just be with the flock. Alright, so it's the next day. It's the next morning. It's actually 7:30 in the morning. And look at my Budgies. I let them all out. And my plan is to let them out all day long. Yeah, these two seem to like each other a lot. They were all having like a little meeting and talking to each other. So they're very active in the morning, so that's the best time to actually let them all out. Alright, so I'm going to let them out all morning. I have to work now. I work from home, so I can check them, you know, as often as I want, every 20 minutes or more, or every hour. But I'm sure they'll be okay. I'm going to let them out all day. And then after I finish work, I'm going to let out a few other birds and see how it goes. Alright, so it's 2 o'clock. I came into the room to check on them, and all my budgies actually are in the cage, except for Skye. She's up there. I don't know if you can see her, but she's up on the rope there. So it's usually they have a nap around now anyways. I'm not sure why she didn't go into the cage, but she's still there up there, and there they are. So I think they're going to have a nap because everybody's quiet now. They're all sleepy, even my Borks. It's siesta time. Oh, nice. It's never quiet in my bird room unless they're all sleeping. Ooh. Alright, so Skye's in the cage, and I decided I'm going to leave her in there for the evening and overnight because it's time for my other birds to come out because they've been in the cages all day. So I'm just going to shut that, and I'm sure it'll be okay. And tomorrow I'm going to let my other birds out with her and see how it goes. Alright, it's the next morning. It's the morning of the night before. I let Skye sleep in with the other budgies, and everything went okay. So I'm gonna let them out again today, and then I'm gonna let my other birds out, and I'm sure everybody will get along. Alright guys, you're free. And what I always do is I always keep their cage that they were in right next to that cage, just in case. I keep it there for about a week, just in case if she wants to go in or there's a problem. And I always have a spare cage. I have lots of cages if there's ever a fight to separate them. So I will be keeping a close eye out on everybody. Alright, so it's the next morning. I lost count of how many mornings and how many days, but it's basically been about a week. And now Skye is used to the flock, all the budgies. She's in there, she's sleeping there at night. She's found her own spot to sleep. And all the birds were out with her with no problem. She's not afraid, not worried about anything. There we go, baby. Come on out, everybody. So it's been about a week, and Skye has settled in with the flock. She's right in there with them. She comes out with them. She's making friends with them all, and everybody's fine. There's no fighting. She's used to all my birds flying around, so the whole process took about a week. I like to take my time introducing a new bird to my flock, and it works for me, and hopefully it'll work for you. So just take your time introducing your new bird to your current birds, and make sure to quarantine. That's the most important step. Alright, I hope you like my video, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!